Hare Om, Hare Krishna, good evening. Hope you've had a good day. Here is today's calendar. I don't know if you can see the picture on there, but I remember this bit from the book. I'll explain in a minute. As there are offences against chanting the holy name, similarly there are offences in the Dharma. One should not perform any sinful activities in the Dharma. Vrindavn Festival Lecture, 1974. That's Prabupada. And he's talking about I don't know if you saw the one from a couple of days ago, but he's talking about people that are taking part in spiritual activities like chanting the holy names, the mantras, but at the same time they're committing offences in we all know what's right and wrong, and they're committing offences against their own soul, against their own spirit, against Krishna, which is it's contradictory energy, and it's going to mix you up, basically. I think is the one. So yeah, you got to be careful not to do that, because it's quite easy to think, right, I've had a week where I've not been chanting, which I do that, and not a day goes by that I don't chant it. But when you're not really practicing properly, and then you start to go into sort of dark ways of thinking, or dark, like not so, I don't know how to say it. Fuck, I just swore on it as well. Like shallow, kind of shallow way of thinking that we get into when we're not being spiritual. You know what I mean? And that can take over. I mean, I've seen it in my own journey. It can completely take over the materialistic thing. Even though you've been chanting and you've seen that spiritual side of things, you can get sucked back in, because you think you can balance it, and and it's not really a good idea to try and balance sinful stuff that you know is wrong alongside your spiritual practices, thinking that the spiritual chanting is going to clean you. I mean, I think some people go and jump in the Ganges thinking that they can do whatever they want, and then just getting the Ganges is going to wash it away, which I don't know. I don't know how that works. I'd have to study the scriptures for a lot more to know the truth behind that. I mean, no, because you'd have to jump in. That's the point. That's why they live there by the river, because you've got to jump in every day, because every day you're doing something wrong, and that can become tiring, and you're not going to progress and grow and evolve in the way that you should, at the speed that you should, because it's going to slow your process down. Yeah, the river's going to clean you, yes it is, and so is the chanting, no matter what you've been doing that's wrong, but it's going to slow what would be an accelerated process into becoming more of who you can be. A better person is going to be slowed right down, because you're constantly cleaning away from the sins from yesterday. So it's a better idea if you're doing one thing to try and keep it as clean as possible. And you can't avoid all the sinful activities that he's talking about that are related to the Dharma, the teachings, and the chanting the names. There's a lot of things that you shouldn't do, and we all break some of those rules. But it's about trying to keep it to a minimum. Do you know what I mean? Because, you can't avoid it all in the way we live, and the way we're taught to live, and what's going on in our lives, in our worlds, in our societies, and where we are. You can't help but... How did one guy explain it to me? That's it. One Krishna monk, he said, look, you're going to drive your car down the road to get to the temple. You've killed about 1 million bugs. That is just offending against Krishna and all of life by killing them bugs. But, the modern world the way it goes. What are you going to do? Walk in the freezing snow to get there? Well, that's what they did in the old days. I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but you can avoid some of it. You can avoid because your mind knows better, really, doesn't it? You know what I mean? And if not, your heart will be shouting at you, and if not, your stomach definitely will. So yeah, we can find ways to minimalise the selfish, sinful, thoughtless stuff that we do, walking around without thinking in the woods, without even thinking about what we're doing. You know, we can try and avoid that, try and, you know, be as good as we can. So yeah, I love you, and I love reading these calendars to you. I do. I love trying to explain them and a little bit and see how it feels. And I don't do any proper research. I just turn it over and read it. So anyway, I hope you've had a great day, and hope you have a lovely rest of the day, evening. Stay blessed. Chant some mantras if you feel like it. If your brain goes, oh, I wonder what that, give that a go. Or if you already know about it, then cool. Crack on, enjoy. I love you. Good night. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram.